Okay, so I'm going to now show you how you can send your project from SketchUp to layout and how to dimension it. It's very important when we are working in the workshop that we have drawings that are appropriate for us to use, and the types of drawings that we like to use are the 3D versions in isometric, like you can see on the screen. And we also like to have drawings known as orthographic drawings. Now, orthographic drawings for us in Australia, we use top view, front view, and side view. That means that we're able to see pretty much all of the dimensions that we need on one sheet of paper. So when we do this though, we don't usually have our whole project with dimensions everywhere. We normally will have a drawing with dimensions for each piece of the project. Remembering that our project here is made up of 1, 2, 3 pieces of timber. So we're going to have 3 different drawings with our dimensions on it. I'm going to show you how to do that. Go back to where your project is assembled. You should have a saved copy of this. We're going to go File, Save As, and we're going to go call this drawings if you like. You can call it your orthogonal drawings if you'd like to be more specific. And now that we've done that, I'm going to select all of my components and delete them out. At this point, we actually don't need all 3 projects in, and they don't need to be rendered anymore. They don't need to have the timber color, they just need to be plain black and white with some gray. So I'm going to select one part to start with, snap that into position, okay, and I'm going to need to send this to layout. Now we're currently in SketchUp. Layout is a part of the SketchUp program that is specifically made for doing drawings. To do this, we need to save our project. Okay, so Command S to save it. We're going to go to our extensions, and we're going to be using this Make Ortho Views. To get Make Ortho Views to work, you need to have your component selected, and now you can say Make Ortho Views. And you'll see on your screen, you've now got a front view, you've got a top view, you have a bottom view, you have a right side view, a left side view, and a back view. Now I already told you we don't need all of these views. We only use in Australia top, front, and right. So the other drawings, you can just click on them and delete them. And you'll see there, I've now just used that zoom in feature to fill my screen up. That's what you want to do. You want to fill your screen. Now that we've done that, we can send to layout. And it's going to remind you again, you must save your model before you can send it to layout. This is why we made a copy and didn't actually delete your assembled version. Save it and send to layout. And here we go, layout opens up. When it opens up, you've got all these default templates. We're going to be using the My Templates, using the A4 drawing title block for Clancy. Now, if you don't know how to get that template set up, you actually need to follow the video on how to set up that template. Your teacher would have shared that with you in class, or you can find the link in the description to this video. So we're going to be using A4 drawing template Clancy and choose, and here we go. You should now see this nice, neat looking piece of paper on your screen. We're going to start by putting in some information. So in this bottom box right here, you're going to write in your name, and in the top box, okay, you're going to write in part and write down what part this is. So this is actually part C that I've got on screen of the mug stand. The other thing we're going to do, and again, I'm just using this tool up here if you missed that, that's the text tool, and I'm going to write not to scale. So now my title block has the name of the part, my name, and not to scale. It already tells you that it's an A4 sheet of paper, that you're making it in Clancy in the TAS department, that you're using the Australian drawing standards AS1100, and it's telling you that you're using this third angle projection, which is showing you top and right side view. So we've got our title block completed. We're going to start putting some dimensions on the project. To do that, we use the dimension tool. We're going to be using linear dimensions, and it looks like a pencil and enables you to select from end to end, and you can draw your dimensions on. Now you'll see for some reason I've got this nice neat little measurement that says 0.2 meters. We don't work in meters in Australia, we work in millimeters. So you can select that, and over in your dimension style window, if you don't have that, you can go window, dimension style, make sure you can see that. And you're going to change that to millimeters. You're going to make sure it says decimal, and you're going to make sure it has 0.1 millimeters. That way, if we have any half millimeters, like 9.5 millimeters, that will show up. Now, you can draw your dimensions wherever you like, and you'll see that this error has come up again where it's coming in meters. I'll show you the trick to that. As soon as you select your dimension tool, change it once, and it will remember your preference from then on. And we have from here to here, and here to here, and you can just keep drawing whichever dimensions in you need. Okay, so you determine what dimensions you need. The rule with dimensions is you should never put too many dimensions in. So you don't want to have the same dimension there twice. For example, if I did this dimension here, that would be a waste of time because I have it there and I have it down the bottom. It's obviously the same because see how they line up perfectly. So I only need one of those. The other trick to dimensions is you want them to line up as neatly as possible. So I'm going to go back and I'll show you how to get them to line up. So dimension tool, we might start down the bottom here with a 200 millimeter dimension, and we can move that to however far or close we want. Now, we actually want it specifically to be the same. So I'm going to say, type in 10 millimeters, and when I press enter, okay, or you can line it up and see in the right hand corner offset 10 millimeters, it will now remember that for the second one. And see you've got that red line, it remembers 10 millimeters. So 42 width and 42 width, that's actually the same width. So again, we don't need that one to be there. That's a bit of a waste. But we do want from here to here, from here to here, and from here to here. That's useful for us. And we might also like to know that that is 9.5 millimeters. Now, we normally don't put dimensions over top of our projects, but sometimes we actually don't have any choice. So you could draw it the whole way out. That's a little bit messy. It's probably going to be easier just to leave it in there. All of our dimensions are now in, except for the thickness of the timber. We can put the thickness over here, 19 millimeters. Get that set to 10. And lastly, we have this comment option. And the comment option enables us to just draw a line with an arrow, and you can do some comments. What I'm going to say here is I'm going to say chamfer 5 millimeters. And that way we know the whole way around the project is the 5 millimeter chamfer. We don't need to keep dimensioning it. Last but not least, things you might like to do, you might like to change the size of your font. You can do that. You can increase the size of your font, and that's quite easy. You just need to select your text, and you can go in and you can find your text tools, and you can make some changes that way. Also go into Window, Show Fonts, and it brings up all of the font information. And you can change the sizes as you need to. You can change the type of font if that's what you need to do as well. Once you've got that, we're going to File, Save, and we can call this Orthogonal Drawing Part C. Save that to my desktop. And the last thing we can do is export, and that will save it as a PDF for us. And you'll see it automatically opens up there nice and neatly as a PDF. That way it's ready for us to print or for you to digitally submit as part of your assignment. That way you don't have to do screenshots. So that's how you do dimensioning. Again, I'll remind you of those steps. You need to start in SketchUp. Start with one single model. Use the Make Ortho tools. You then send it to Layout, add in the dimensions, fill in the text, and save and export. Well done.